Hello all. It was a little hot outside today, so I didn't do much on the Jeep. It's still going to charge anyhow, so I'm going to have to let it charge. But it's probably going to be charging all night for a couple days to get that battery charged back up, because it was a bad battery to begin with. I got it, and I got it charged, and it stays good for a little bit. Then it really don't hold a charge. Now, if it was a daily driver, it probably would hold a charge. But setting like that, it's not really holding a charge on it. But I haven't. I was gonna do some more stuff around, just gather stuff up, and I gotta clean the bedroom. I gotta clean the media room. I gotta clean the living room. I gotta clean the dining room. I gotta do all that. So I need to work out probably more trash cans, or maybe work out maybe a dumpster or something like that, and just have a dumpster brought out here or whatever. It takes between $400 and $1,000 probably to fill one up and dump it. Probably not to fill it up, but dump it. Between $400 and $1,000, depending on how big it is. I don't need one of the big, huge ones. The huge ones I don't need. But if I can get one of the smaller ones or something like that, maybe I can do that. But I'm gonna do a photo at the beginning of this video, which is my supper. I took a whole chicken. I put butter inside it, butter on top of it, salt and pepper, potatoes, sliced carrots, and green beans to put it all together. I'm gonna bake that for, I don't know, 2 hours, 25 minutes, depending on how long it takes or whatever. It was half thawed, half froze or whatever. So, 2 hours is probably a little bit too long for it or whatever. But I'm gonna get it going, and then maybe check it in around 2 hours or whatever, or maybe an hour and 45 minutes or something like that. Check it or whatever. I'll set my alarm for that. And check it around that time and see how good it is, and then maybe take it off so I can brown it and stuff like that. Then I'll have me some chicken and stuff like that, and I got the veggies and stuff like that with it, and so I can have veggies and stuff like that. I don't know, maybe that and the chicken and stuff like that. Just have that. But I'll get going on that Jeep and stuff like that. But I want to get like some of the cooler days, because it's coming on fall. So I'll have to wait, get fall coming around and get the battery charged up. I'll gather stuff up inside and make sure I have everything right in the same area. But I need to tackle the living room and get it tackled and cleaned up. That way I can set everything up right there. That way it'll be there. I got some of the stuff already set up, but not all of it. So I got to get the steering. I want to get both steering columns. I want to get the automatic shifter column, and I want to get the manual column too. So I don't know which one I'm going to do. I may do the shifter. Then again, I may do the manual too, and just do the shifter down on the floor and just kind of forge not forge it, but fabricate something for that, so I can do the floor shift and stuff like that on it. But I still got to go in and find out what broke in the shifter itself in the transmission, because it goes straight up and down like this. It will not lock in place, so the lock in the transmission itself broke probably. So I either got to replace that, or maybe there was like a little end of it on it to lock everything in place and it broke. Replace that and stuff like that and see what that's going to do. But I wish that Jeep was a manual transmission instead of an automatic. I can buy a manual transmission and put right in it, and that'll be perfect. But then I got to hook the clutch in and all this other kind of stuff in there, and I haven't went that far on vehicles to do that. But I could look at it and see maybe it didn't start off as an automatic. And the reason I'm thinking that is because of where the transmission hole is and stuff like that. You would think it would just have the little piece for the shifter in there, right? If it was automatic, right? that whole thing comes out as in a manual transmission may have been there. So they may have switched that and turned it into a automatic transmission, and it used to be a manual transmission, which would fit perfectly right there. But then you got to add the clutch and all that other stuff in there, the clutch, all that. But I'm sure that can be figured out easily. But it'd take like a good mechanic or whatever to actually take it to like a 4x4 place or whatever and get that done. But you know that takes money, which I don't have, so I can go from there on that. So it'll be automatic until I figure something else out, or maybe save up the money and buy another Jeep somewhere, but make it a manual transmission instead of an automatic. So I'd rather have manual instead of automatic. If you have, well, even with the manual transmissions, you can get unstuck a lot faster than you can an automatic, because it's a lot stronger. You got first, second, third, fourth, sometimes fifth, sometimes sixth, depending on what you get. Usually mine, like my Camaro, is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and then you got reverse over on the other side. Like here's neutral, and you go this way and down with reverse. And you got first, second, third, fourth, fifth, back to neutral, reverse. Now, on a transmission with a Jeep, a 4-speed is always good. Sometimes you got the ones with 5-speed or whatever with that, or 6-speed or whatever. But I would rather have a 4-speed transmission for a Jeep, not a 5-speed, not a 6-speed. Although you can go faster or whatever, but then you got it. You're not going to be running in 5th or 6th gear doing trails or climbing, doing rock climbs or anything like that, going up a hill. You're not going to be in 4th, 5th gear trying that. I mean, you can if you want, but you ain't going to have a Jeep long if you do. So that's like, now racing is another story. Usually with racing, you got the ones who use manual transmissions and automatic transmissions. Racing, automatic transmission, whatever, good 3-speed, whatever, depending. You got like the Baja and all that other kind of stuff on those trucks. They're most of them are probably automatic. There's some of them in there maybe manual transmissions or 3-speed, 4-speed, whatever. And they kick butt. They know how to do it. That's what they trained on. That's what they know how to get going and keep going. But I'm not going to use mine for racing or anything like that. I made, if I'm going to do rock crawling, it's not going to be with the Jeep Wrangler. I'd rather have one that is specifically for rock crawling, which that Jeep is not set up for rock crawling. It's set up for more like trail stuff and stuff like that. I mean, it's not really for mudding or anything like that, although you can. But that's like you got. It's a YouTube channel. It's Matt's Off-Road Recovery. You want something? You want to see something good on that kind of stuff? Watch Matt's Off-Road Recovery. You can see that he's got the Matt's Off-Road Recovery games or whatever he calls the games. He's got them and stuff like that. Matt's Off-Road Recovery games. I mean, that's good. That's an event to go to if you want to go to it. It's in Utah, and I don't have what it takes. I don't have the money wise to go to Utah and do all that kind of stuff. But I mean, if you got the money and you want to go see something on games and stuff like that, go to Utah and go to Matt's Off-Road Recovery. I think it does it in Utah. I mean, he's probably got them all over or whatever, since it's a pretty big channel, so he got them all over. You have that one. You have Robbie Layton channel that does that stuff too, and a lot of the other stuff. You got like Fab Rats and all that other stuff that do all that kind of stuff. So if you're real interested in that kind of stuff, look up those channels. You got Matt's Off-Road Recovery. Robbie Layton, whatever channel, his channel. You got Fab Rats. You got their channel, and you'll be seeing a lot of other channels that they have together with. You'll see in a lot of those kind of channels, and just go to whoever you want to go to and start watching. But it's pretty fun stuff to get into on stuff like that. But that's not what my Jeep's going to be used for. I mean, I may wind up getting everything going, getting it done, getting it done up or whatever, and just turn it into like maybe a weekend driver or maybe a daily driver. I'm not for sure. But I'll probably do like trails, like Jeep trails and stuff like that, but not the dangerous stuff that you can get into the mountain area and stuff like that. No, I wasn't. I was born in Texas, but I was raised in Indiana, and Indiana is more flat than anything else, so it's not like mountains all over the place around there. It's close. I mean, you got like Kentucky, you've got Tennessee, you've got all the other places that have tons of mountains and stuff like that. But I live on the other side of the mountain area, or I live in Florida, so it's the other side of the mountain area or whatever. But and then Indiana was the other side of the mountain area like that. So, with mountains on me, it's the ear popping. That's why I don't like to fly. Going up high in the air, I get the ear popping and stuff like that. I hate that. I don't like it at all. Not that I'm afraid to fly, because I'm not. If I have to, I have to. But I got to get that ear popping stuff down to where I won't do ear popping or anything like that. I hate that. I went flying one time. I flew from Florida to Indiana, then back. I hated flying there, and I hated flying back. I was like, never again. You're never gonna get me on a plane again. If we're going to Indiana, we're driving, and we drove from then on. Cause no, I mean, my mom could take a flight up there or whatever back in the day, but no, nope. Not that I'm afraid, because I'm not. I just don't like the ear popping. Now, if there was a way to get rid of the ear popping completely on that kind of stuff, of course, I'd do it. But that's like me becoming like a pilot, helicopter pilot, or pilot in general or whatever, biplanes or whatever. But nah, I'll leave that to the other people that want to do it, because I don't want to do it. Even my dad, when he was in the military, he was going to get his pilot's license and stuff like that, so he knew the basis of flying and stuff like that, but he never went all the way on getting his license and stuff like that. So, I mean, if he would have done something like that and got licensed and came home to do like the flying, and we flew with him, or I flew with him and stuff like that, I'd probably be completely into it then. I wouldn't care about the ear popping. I'd get my helicopter's license or pilot license or whatever. I mean, the pilot license, either you fly a helicopter or you fly a plane. But if I was going to, let's say I fixed helicopters or airplanes, I wouldn't only fix them. I'd know how to fly them too. I mean, there's a lot of people out there, they fix them, but they have the slightest idea how to fly them. That's like, okay, now if you're a mechanic, you know how to drive a car, right? If you're going to become let's say a helicopter mechanic, or just basically a jet or plane mechanic, you're going to learn to fly said helicopter or said airplane, right? Why not? It's in your job description. If you can fix them, you can fly them. But there's a lot of people that either fix them or fly them, and not either one. So if I was going to become a helicopter pilot, not only would I know how to fly that helicopter, I'd be able to fix that helicopter too. But there's a lot of people that don't want to go on both areas. They either want to fly it, they don't want to fix it. They do some odd stuff like taking care of the making sure, doing the inspections and stuff like that, which every helicopter pilot does the inspection. But does that said helicopter pilot know exactly how to fix that problem? Probably not. But I wouldn't say I was an overachiever on a lot of stuff, but if you know how to drive a car, I guarantee a lot of the Gen Xers out there, not only do they know how to drive a car, they know how to fix one too. Because I can fix my own vehicles. Some stuff, I haven't done the inner workings of, let's say, ripping a motor completely apart, putting it completely back together, and that, because I've never had to do it. Now, if I had to do said scenario, would I just go out there and do it, or would I watch training videos and stuff like that on how to do stuff? Yes, I would. But there's a lot of people out there that already have the money to do said stuff, and they're just going to go and hire somebody to do it or take care of it or fix it. That way they don't have to worry about it. But there's a lot of the Gen Xers out there, which is like the late 60s, 70s, and early 80s. They know how to fix their own stuff. They don't need to go out. They just need to buy the parts and fix it. They don't have to go and take it to a mechanic to fix. Now, if they have a career and they don't have time to, let's say, fix it, they will take it to a shop and stuff like that and have it fixed, because they can't work on fixing it. Maybe it'll take more than a week to fix. You got to tear the engine apart. You got to rebuild the engine. They don't have time to do that if they're working, so they hire somebody to do. My recording time was reached on this phone for some reason, so I gotta do some clearing on stuff in my phone so I can get more recording time. But you're one of a kind. You're blessed, so bless those in need. Thank you all. Stay blessed.